Good morning, everybody. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I want to talk to you this morning about something that I think is very important, and I think all of you think is important as advancement professionals, and we take it very seriously in our shop and education, and that's stewardship. That's stewardship. About a year ago, I was at dinner with one of our top campaign prospects. I was with his family, his wife, and his daughters, and after we presented him with the gift, he turned to me and he said this: "Ryan, this is the most meaningful and thoughtful gift that I've ever received. The most meaningful and thoughtful gift that I've ever received." Think about that. Think about that just for a moment. You're probably wondering, well, what is this gift? What is this gift that you gave this guy? On our team, our mantra is this: engage and inspire. Engage and inspire. What are we doing to engage our prospects in a way that encourages, that inspires them to do something? What are we doing to reconnect them back to the University of Florida and the college of education in a way that inspires them to do something? Give of their time, and we hope also their resources. Many of you in the room have seen this, our advancement professionals. We call it the development cycle. This is the journey that we take our donors and prospects through again and again and again, from start to finish. But notice where stewardship is. I encourage you today to think of stewardship in a different way. Let's try not to think of it as the end of the cycle. What if we thought about it as the beginning of the cycle? And perhaps even after a donor makes a gift and we walk them through this journey and we thank them, that hopefully we want them to do what? We want them to give again and again and again and And so as my team and I, as we sat down, and we do this a lot. We sit down in our staff meetings and we carve out time on our agenda to think strategically about how we can engage our alums and our donors in creative and unique ways that maybe they haven't seen before. And so when we thought about Mark, we knew a few things about him. Obviously, we knew he was an education alum. We also knew that his birthday was coming up, and he was going to be turning 60 years old. We also knew that he loved to travel. I remember having a conversation with Mark about 2 months prior to his 60th birthday. And we were on the phone for maybe 20 or 30 minutes or so. And it was just funny to me after I hung up the phone with him. He kept throwing in his birthday. He kept throwing in little things about his birthday. And I hung up the phone and I said to myself, this birthday means something to him. I'm sure 50 meant something to him. I'm sure when he turned 40 and 55, they all were important to him, but there was a reason why he just kept throwing out his birthday. And he was turning 60. It meant something to him. So we sat around as a team and we said, what can we do? What can we do that's unique and creative to where we can engage Mark and further his engagement with the College of Education and the University of Florida? And so one of my colleagues, Deborah, and she's in the room, she came up with this idea. We said, well, he loves to travel. So what if we created something that looks almost like a treasure map? I said, okay, let's go with that idea. Let's keep thinking through that. She said, well, what if we took some of the places that Mark has been, put them on one image, places that are meaningful to him. I actually picked up the phone and I called his wife and I said, can you tell me a few places that Mark has been or that you all have been together as a family that you know means a lot to him? So you see Haiti on this map. He's done mission work there. You see Guatemala. They've done mission work there. South Africa. They took their entire family to South Africa for 2 weeks and made meaningful experiences amongst their family. It meant something to him. You also notice in the middle, that's the state of Florida. Mark was born in Florida. You also notice Century Tower there. You may also notice Norman Hall there. All those places mean something to Mark. And so we made sure to put that on this image. But this is just an image. We said, okay, how can we take it a step further? We said, well, what if we took the time to ask some key people around the university to write personal happy birthday messages and thank you messages to Mark? And so we had a collection of people. We had some of the students that's been recipients of the family scholarship endowment. We had some of the faculty that's been recipients of their philanthropy write notes to him. Staff, leadership. We even had his daughters and his wife write a note as well. And of course we had Albert there. The arrow to the right is actually Anna Harper from the College of Nursing. Why did we do that? Because they just don't support education, they also support other areas of the university. And they made some major gifts to nursing, so we wanted to make sure we included them. So they were a part of this project. So, but we took it a step further. We said, okay, we have the image with the different places that Mark has visited and that means something to him. We have the personal notes from people from around the university, but how can we just take it one more step? So this is what we did. We broke that image up into 20 different postcards. 20 different postcards. And every day, from July 1st to the July 20th, which was his birthday, we sent one postcard from a different person every day. Now, I'll say this in full disclosure. Mark told me this after the fact, but about a week into him receiving these postcards, he leaned over to his wife Sally and said, "Why do they keep sending me these postcards? This is great. You know, I like the personal notes, but these images on the back, I don't know, what are they trying to do?" And so we had, and Mark didn't know this, but we had called Sally ahead of time. And we said to her, "Hey, we're going to be sending these postcards every day. And if Mark doesn't quite get it at first, maybe just plant the seed that maybe they want you to put them together." So she had to do that after about a week. But he also told me after the fact, he said, you know, after about a week, I was going to my mailbox every day, waiting on my postcard. And not only that, but he was curious and wanted to know who the next personal note was going to come from. So we did this for 20 days straight. So think about this. How do you turn stewardship into meaningful engagement opportunities? I encourage every single person in here, think about that amongst your team. No longer can we do just personal handwritten notes of thank you, of thanks, and acknowledgement letters. Our donors are becoming more sophisticated. They want a little bit more from us. But it's not even all about that. It's just how can we stand out amongst the crowd? Our donors are privy to so many organizations, not just higher ed, but so many nonprofits around the country. They're pulling on our donors. Well, how can we stand out at the University of Florida? How can we create a unique experience for them? Ask your team this question. Is there something unique that we can do for this donor to further their engagement? Carve out a few minutes in your schedules, in your staff meetings. It didn't take us maybe 10 or 15 minutes to come up with that idea. And then finally, remembering that stewardship is not the end, but we like to think of it as the beginning because we want to create a behavior that they will continue to give of their time and their resources again, and again. This is what we gave to Mark that night on his birthday. We put it all together, we framed it, and I presented it to him over dinner. And he looked at me with water in his eyes. And he said, "Brian, this is the most meaningful and thoughtful gift that I've ever received. Thank you."